It is 11 o'clock, hour number 2 of Three Man Front on this Reaction Monday. Pat and Landrum, not here. Molly is here. Conrad's here, sort of. He's a little irritated.
I'm great.
He's a little bit upset.
I'm doing fantastic. I'm ready to go home and pack some more boxes, watch some old Nick Saban highlights.
She finally kicked you out.
Yeah. It was a rough weekend, but guess yesterday was the final straw. Watching the Alabama-Florida game, I lost my cool, and one thing after another, and here we are, and I really appreciate you letting me stay in your basement.
Yeah, no problem. You notice I didn't let you have one of the bedrooms upstairs.
Well, no.
Keeping you in the basement.
I don't deserve one of those. So
yeah. Big weekend of basketball. The UAB Blazers get a big win in Denton, Texas. They go 2-0 on their Texas swing. Really odd season. Blazers 5-0 on the road in American Conference play, but they haven't won a game at home. It's just so odd. And they got Memphis coming up Thursday night at home.
I was about to say it's a gold out on Thursday in Bartow.
That's right.
They're going to get a big win there over the Tigers and be good to go. And this is when you want to start peaking, Pat. Once you get into this time of the season, get close to conference play, as we know, go through American Conference tournament, and you never know what could happen.
Shout out to my former history mate at UAB, Andy Kennedy. He is now 156th all-time in college basketball coaches. He's got 405 wins.
Wow.
That's right.
That's very cool.
He surpassed Tom Crean over the weekend.
Ah, that's a big name.
Yep, it is. So Andy Kennedy.
Very good for AK.
And how about this stat? Another wild one for UAB. So they've won 5 consecutive games on the road in conference play. That has not happened since the 1981-82 season for the Blazers.
Wow. So that's 45 years, 44 years? Wow, that's incredible.
Yep. So the Blazers' big home game coming up on Thursday against the Memphis Tigers in Penny Hardaway. Earlier this morning, former Auburn head coach and Florida State OC, Gus Malzahn, he officially retires from the game of football. 35-year career, which began at Arkansas high schools. It peaked at Auburn. He spent 8 seasons down on the Plains. You also remember he was the offensive coordinator in 2010 when Auburn won the national championship with Cam Newton. He finished 68-35 at Auburn. That's a 680 win-loss percentage. Won an SEC title. Finished as national runner-up in 2013. Beat Nick Saban 3 times down on the Plains of Auburn. Since his first season, though, in 2013 at Auburn, he was 20-24 against teams with a winning record, and he was a combined 8-17 against Alabama, Georgia, and LSU during his tenure down on the Plains. Auburn, if you remember, paid him $21.7 million to walk away in 2020.
Yeah, and of course, hindsight's always 20/20, but I think most Auburn fans would say that with what's happened since then, they would have probably rather just stuck with Gus and see what happened along the way there. But, I mean, we brought it up earlier in the show. It feels like maybe now Gus will get maybe some of the respect that he did. Not saying he wasn't respected. He obviously was. But, you know, somebody that had a huge impact on the game of college football and what he brought to the table as an offensive mind. And, you know, I think now a lot of people are going to look back and realize just how big of an impact he had. And now that he's gone, how big of a void it is that he's left behind. But, I mean, obviously had a great tenure there at Auburn. And I think, you know, one of the things that, you know, I heard Cole mention this morning, I think is a very good angle is, you know, you can go and look, and we were talking to Don last hour about, well, would you have him or Tuberville kind of as like the 3rd best coach in Auburn history? And a lot of people would look at Tuberville and obviously the undefeated season and then how many games in a row he beat Alabama. But then you look at what Gus did. Okay, maybe he only beat Alabama 3 times compared to how many times Tommy beat them. But when Gus beat them, it's when they were the best program in college football. And I think that there's something to be said that Gus Malzahn was always kind of that thorn in the side. It felt like he was the one guy that could kind of figure out Nick Saban just a little bit better than everyone else. And I think that's what a lot of people remember him for. Yeah,
and also if you're comparing and contrasting between him and Tommy Tuberville coached in an SEC where there were only 12 teams.
Another good point.
When Gus Malzahn was the head coach at Auburn, you had Texas A&M in the SEC West and a guy named Johnny Manziel. I mean, so
absolutely.
I mean, it's an interesting comparison between the two coaches. But what you just said in regards to the way he went about his business and was a thorn in Nick Saban's side, especially at Jordan-Hare. That was always a problem when Gus Malzahn was the head coach at Auburn. And you think about this. When they let Gus Malzahn go in 2020, he went 6-4, and they fired him.
Yeah, you'd take that now.
6-4 against an all SEC schedule in the pandemic. 6-4.
Haven't had a winning season since.
And you got rid of him. And you paid him almost $22 million to walk away. And
again, hindsight's 20/20, but yeah.
And Alan Green decides to fire Gus Malzahn and bring in Brian Harsin. And both Brian Harsin and Alan Green were shown the door.
Yeah, I think when Brian Harsin retires, people will remember him a little differently than they do Gus today.
Yeah. Also, keep in mind that when you look at the coaching tree of Gus Malzahn, you got Rhett Lashley out at Southern Methodist.
It's a good one.
You've got Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Josh Floyd over at Hewitt-Trussville High School. Josh Floyd was the first quarterback for Gus Malzahn to win a state championship in Arkansas.
That's pretty crazy.
Rhett Lashley was Josh Floyd's backup. And then when Josh
Wait,
Floyd...
what? I didn't know that.
That's really cool.
That is really cool.
Yep. When Josh Floyd graduated high school, Rhett Lashley was the starting quarterback for Gus Malzahn.
I knew about Malzahn, but I didn't know about Rhett Lashley.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So Josh Floyd will always have that.
Yep. So
that's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Coming soon to a Waffle House near you in the state of Alabama. We can only hope.
Speaking of Auburn, it was a rough night on Rocky Top. They lose by 8 to Tennessee. It was just one of those games where just nothing would fall from the outside for the Tigers. They were held to under 40% shooting on the night. Auburn is now 0-5 when they shoot under 40% against their opponents. They are now 14-8 overall, 5-4 in the SEC. They're off until Saturday as they'll welcome the Alabama Crimson Tide. The question is, will Alabama be on a long losing streak, or will they be able to knock off the number one team in the SEC, Texas A&M, before they get to the Plains? Because Alabama yesterday, they were competitive the first 10 minutes of the game.
Oh, the first maybe 15 minutes of the game were great basketball.
Yeah,
a lot of fun to watch.
But really, after the halftime, whatever was said at halftime did not stick.
Yeah, it stunk.
That was not good. Florida wins 100 to 77. I did not hear from Brian Edwards over the weekend. Did he text you?
Actually, no. And Condon had a fantastic game, so I was certainly expecting, because there was that one moment where, and I'm glad that I didn't do it, right, because it would have really came back to bite me later. But there was that one moment in the first half, and for context, if anybody doesn't remember, last year when Florida knocked off Alabama in the SEC tournament, Alex Condon had a huge dunk over Grant Nelson. Brian Edwards sent me a screenshot of that multiple days in a row after that to really kind of twist the knife in for what Florida had done. So yesterday you had the sequence, if you remember, where Florida was going for the alley-oop and two of their guys went up at the same time and they both missed it. And then Phylon goes back down the floor, hits the three, gets fouled, and converts the 4-point play. I had gone back and recorded that on my phone.
Oh,
and I was going to send it to Brian. And I said, you know what? Let's wait a little bit. We'll wait until the end of the game, and it'll be funny. And I'm really glad that I waited, because after that moment, that's essentially when it went down for Alabama. And after that, it was just kind of a disaster.
Yeah, that's so ironic that you did that yesterday, because I did that with the Illinois-Nebraska game, going to send clips to Molly. And then I decided not to do that.
Because you're a nice person.
Yeah, I decided, no, I'm not going to do that. I know she feels pretty rotten right now because Nebraska just absolutely sucked all week long, losing to Michigan State and losing at home to Illinois.
Off week. That's fine. Can't win them all.
That's right, Molly. You can't win them all.
So what was the other night when you were bragging about the stupid Big Ten song on Twitter?
Oh, yeah, Silver Lining. Well, because the Nebraska-Michigan game, no, I wasn't bragging about it. Every single commercial break.
Did you see my reply to your tweet?
Yeah, I ignored it. But every single commercial break, that was the first commercial that would play.
Why did you ignore it? Why did you ignore my tweet?
Because I just chose to.
Well, that's not very nice.
Oh, is it just like the commercial where it shows all the logos for the different schools?
Yeah.
Or whatever,
yeah, she's quoting the stupid verse to the song.
Every single commercial break, that was the first commercial that they played.
Well, you know why.
So I heard
I was about to say, because nobody
times.
wants to advertise that
nobody's
product.
advertising Big Ten basketball. So, I mean, they're just like
well, and the game was on Peacock,
promos.
so.
Air
Yeah,
promos.
Yeah.
Did you understand my response?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Like I said, I ignored it.
Now
She's
okay.
learning. She's learning.
Okay. You know what? These videos are about to be sent
No.
to your phone. And I might even throw in some orthopedic
Don't
issues.
make me block your
I
number
was literally
again. That's
about
a
to
little
say,
far.
for some reason, in the past 2 weeks, Pat sprinkled in a couple of those for me. Like, he'll just randomly send me a picture of some dude's leg bent 90 degrees the
Like
opposite
Nick
direction.
Chubb's
Why are you like
injury.
this?
I don't know, but
I was just clean off my phone.
yeah, just every now and then.
I just
he'll
want to make sure that someone has it in
one.
case something happens to my iCloud.
Mhm.
That's all. Yeah, but that mouth right there, that's about to get some videos sent since they played so well yesterday
Again, he's just salty.
against Illinois, who got embarrassed by
I like
Alabama.
how you're more upset about Nebraska losing than I am.
Ask how happy he is with Ole Miss basketball, Molly.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
Are you talking about women's basketball? What are you talking about?
Oh, well, you know what they say, Molly. You can't go 20-2 if you don't start 20-0 and then lose 2 games in a row.
That's exactly right, Conrad. That is exactly
It's
right.
mathematically the only feasible way to end up with a 20-2 record. So, hey, it's all right. Y'all are still in good shape.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
Hmm.
Not really.
Hmm.
Who would have thought?
No,
Molly
not
could sit
me.
here and on her high horse of Nebraska and in a sport that is not volleyball,
I think I'm still
be
more
in a better position than any of our fans.
kind of in a state of shock because my freshman and sophomore years, we won a combined 14 games. We won 7 games my freshman year and then 7 games my total. We were awful
That's really impressive that
Awful.
they're already
at
well
basketball.
past that just this year.
So
Yes.
who's their games this week? Do you know off the top of your head?
Not off the top of my head.
Let's see. They are playing the bankrupt institution known as Rutgers
Let's go. They're 9 and 13.
on Saturday, and then
Purdue.
they will play Purdue next.
Oh.
Okay, so but you've got besides Purdue, Rutgers, Northwestern, Iowa, Penn State, Maryland, USC, UCLA, Iowa again. You
And
should
none of
go.
those teams are ranked.
Yeah, I was about to say you should go. What is that? 8-1, 9-1.
Oh, could you imagine? That'd be crazy. I'd love it.
If so,
But like I'm just like still like in euphoria right now. I'm
So-
just happy to be here.
at what point? And I don't know. Maybe you've already made plans. But let's say, like, I assume, let's say they made a Final Four. Like, you're going to that, right?
Oh yeah.
You and your family. Okay.
What
Oh,
are
yeah.
you
I
saying?
figured. I'm just throwing it out
They've
there.
never won a game
We've never won a tournament game, and now Conrad
in
has
the
us going to
history
the
of
Final
Nebraska
Four.
basketball. This is not
That
like
would
Indiana
be crazy
football.
though.
I'm just trying. I'm trying to bring some joy to the world today, Pat, because
That's
joy has
just-
been sucked out of my life,
like
and
I
I'm
said,
trying
he's
to
just
give to
salty.
somebody else.
Who's salty?
You are.
I'm not salty.
You're
I was
salty.
being respectful, and then you wouldn't even
Conrad's
acknowledge.
trying to say good things, and you're like, oh, they've never won a tournament
No,
game.
I was stating a fact. What did
Well,
I
it's
say
true,
that was
but I'm
not a
choosing-
fact?
This is why I choose to ignore you.
I think this is why she didn't reply to your
Conrad's
tweet.
trying to
Yeah,
make
she
me
wants
happy.
to. She wants to brag about her Big Ten, about their little stupid song that airs.
It's a cute song.
It's a cute song. Pat.
So I just fired back with the last few lines of the "It Just Means More" SEC commercial. I thought it was pretty ingenious, to be honest with
Pat
you.
just wants Chapel Roan to be singing it in the outfit she was wearing at the Grammys last night.
That is true.
Then Pat would be all about it, right?
Yeah.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I've never seen that before.
First off,
Did you
it
see
looked
that, Molly?
extremely
I
painful.
know. I saw it.
It
Yeah,
looked extremely painful.
Would that not hurt? I have to imagine that would not.
I
feel
don't
great.
think it was like attached like that.
Like there's a something. Yeah.
Yes.
I get you.
Yeah.
Something else was taking the leverage off where it was connected?
Taking the weight off.
Because I mean that's what I'm thinking. Like, what if you accidentally, get caught on something and it just
How do you go
Obviously, that was
backwards?
not. I mean, I saw the picture, but I mean, that was not like broadcast, was it? Like somewhere, like when they
I
were
saw it on
showing it
social
live.
media, but I don't.
I saw a video of her talking to Jamie Foxx, and
That's where I saw
that's
it too.
how I saw the.
Yeah.
So she was talking to Jamie Foxx. That's what.
It was on the red carpet, so I don't know if that part of it was broadcast on
because
TV.
see,
or
I saw a
not,
couple
but-
other clips, and she was clothed,
Oh well, maybe
like
that was
she-
just
She
like
could have
she-
changed.
like she
before
had
the,
some. She
yeah.
had coverage,
Ah.
whereas the picture that you kept sending me,
It was actually a video.
yeah, which was, like why is Conrad sending me half naked ladies on my text message?
Half naked is more like 90%.
Yeah.
I would go with, but
Yeah.
It's award season. That's what it's all about, right? For some people.
All right, we will get back to the text line. Also, phone calls are welcome at 1-800-239-WJOX on this Reaction Monday. If you're not familiar with this obnoxious song, it's the Big Ten music being played by a Big Ten graduate.
This is one of those songs already where I've just heard it so many times in the background that it just kind of drags
I'm
out.
serious, Conrad. The Nebraska-Michigan game, every single break, this song played.
Well, I'll make you think about the Big Ten. See, it's on Pat's mind.
I do
Pat
like the
hates the
map
Big Ten.
commercial, though.
The what?
I do like the map commercial, though.
Oh, of it like going all over. Yeah, yeah.
That's fun.
It is fun. It is fun, isn't it, Pat? That's what we're all about in sports. Fun.
How old is that commercial, by the way?
A couple years. Because they had it before the expansion, and then they added the new teams in. Because us Big Ten fans, we were scared that with the expansion, they would, maybe axe it or get rid of it completely and just do a brand new one. But no, they just.
So it is
the
a
teams.
beloved song in Big Ten country.
Yes.
Okay.
A beloved commercial. The map commercial.
Did you used to play this at the sorority house?
All the time.
All the time?
Yeah.
That's what I figured. All right, when it comes to protecting your home or business, you need a roofing team that truly abides by quality, and that's Abide Roofing. Abide Roofing offers tailored roofing solutions for every need, your family home or your commercial building, whatever you got. They deliver custom work that fits your style and your situation. And the Abide crew, they are outstanding. I saw it firsthand with a brand new roof replacement that they put on my house a couple years ago. They bring their A game every single day. It's always safety first with the crew. Their work is built to last. 25 years of trusted experience. They're insurance claim masters. They dealt with my insurance company. They can help you on that front as well. You're going to get warranties. That's going to give you the peace of mind moving forward. Get started today. That's Abide Roofing, 205-577-7338, 205-577-7338, or just simply go to their website for more information at abideroof.com. Let's get to the Courtesy GMC text line because many of you have chimed in this morning on a myriad of topics, including Gus Malzahn retiring, also Alabama basketball over the weekend.
Absolutely. 205-834-9450 is how you get on the Courtesy GMC text line. Just like our friend Keller, who says, of your respective teams, Nebraska, Alabama, Auburn, and Ole Miss, which one of you is most likely to join me at the Final Four this year? Oh.
I would probably have to say maybe Nebraska would be the best chance.
Mean, honestly, yeah.
Thanks, Pat.
I'm just being honest.
I think if Alabama or Auburn makes the Sweet 16, that is, right as of right now, that would be great.
Skurs.
So, yeah, I'd go, Ole Miss isn't going to make the tournament. It'd be Nebraska.
Let's go.
It would be Nebraska. Let's see. This one says, why is Alabama still ranked? They're trash. Boat raced in Gainesville. No inside game. They're pathetic. Well, the poll will come out in 45 minutes, and they will not be ranked anymore.
I mean, it really does not matter whatsoever. I mean, Tennessee was not ranked. I mean, it's all about your net ranking. It's all about the bracketology. So
yeah. Let's see. Alan chimes in. Says, I would actually have Terry Bowden at third behind Shug Jordan and Pat Dye for Auburn coaches. He said Terry Bowden would be 3, and then Gus, and then Tuberville. Okay. Interesting ranking there.
I just think that when you talk about Gus Malzahn, and covering this conference, but when it was just 12, and then obviously covering what was 14 and now 16, it was really, really tough. From 2010 to 2020, you started looking at all the SEC teams that won national championships and how tough the SEC West was. And for Gus Malzahn to do what he did at Auburn during that time frame, one other aspect, Auburn was behind facility-wise during that time frame. I mean, this is when Alabama was hitting its stride and Georgia started catching up and Auburn was still behind in facilities. Now, the Auburn football facilities that you see now is not what Gus Malzahn had back when in his heyday. So he was winning games and he was doing it with a facility that honestly was probably mid-SEC during that time frame.
And I know he wasn't the head coach, but he also does deserve credit for the national championship because he was the OC with Cam, even though, I know Chizik was the head coach, but he definitely deserves some of the credit for that, no doubt about it. Let's see. This text rolls in. Oh, this is a great one. This is my favorite text we've gotten so far. This is funny. It says, so they were talking about my comments on Khalifa Keith, who, if you missed it, Appalachian State reserve running back, transferred to Alabama over the weekend. And my assessment of it was it's probably just a depth piece, a guy that you need to, take some hits at practice and, maybe be a guy that can get you 1 or 2 tough yards in a game in a goal line type situation. He's just a bigger back that hasn't had a lot of production in college. So this text reads, so Conrad's evaluation of the newest Alabama running back, that would mean that he's just the Conrad of 3-man front. That's a good one. I can't hate that. That's a good one.
Yeah, because you're not a big fan of the Khalifa.
He also said I remind him of Mike McDaniel. I take more offense to that one than the one I just read. But, you know, it is what it is. If I could be the OC of the Chargers, that'd
Do you
be
have
cool.
glasses like Mike McDaniel? Those cool,
I
like
don't. And I don't have Louis Vuitton luggage either. Or whatever that
I mean, you do wear your
fancy.
little capri sweatpants a lot.
I do
work.
wear my, my nice athletic pants. Yes, I do. Let's see. This one says, from Collins in Pell City, it's basketball. There's plenty of time for Alabama to fix things. Their Final Four team looked as bad, if not worse, than this team does right now. Just make the tournament and see what the bracket looks like for you.
Do you agree with that? Do you remember back to the Final Four a few years ago?
Yeah, and I will say the year that they went on the Final Four run, I don't think any of us expected that to happen because that was a rough team.
But they also got a wonderful, wonderful road to the Final Four.
You had a wonderful draw in that tournament. And again, I just go back and I don't think you have you just don't have that alpha dog, right? In terms of Phylon is from a production standpoint at times, but when you go last night, like he had 5 turnovers. Like I understand what Collins is saying, right? Anybody can get hot at the right time. I don't know. Let's see. This one says, can we put Hugh Freeze at -3rd on the all-time Auburn coaching list? So would that mean that Brian Harsin was -4? Because I would. That's a tough one, actually. They'd be at the bottom, safe to say. Let's see. Drake chimes in. He says, do you guys think my Florida Gators have what it takes to win another national championship this year?
Tell you what, the way they've looked the last 2 weeks, yes.
Certainly out of any SEC team, that'd be who I put my money on. But still, I mean, you just look at, Arizona still hasn't lost. I mean, you look at Michigan and I mean, how good they are. There's
Miami of Ohio hasn't lost.
That's true. They have not. You're right. Miami of Ohio has not lost. But yeah, I think absolutely Florida, they're doing what they did last year where it's like, okay, this part of the year, you start to really look at them as a legit contender.
Wasn't that a crazy stat the other night? So Arkansas losing to Kentucky was their first home loss since last February.
That's incredible.
Wow.
They almost went a whole calendar year without losing a home game.
That's remarkable. Coach Cal's done a good job there, man. And even it just feels like every time, too, we come on here and write off Kentucky basketball, they find a way to go out there and win a game, and you start going, oh, okay, maybe that is a team that can make some noise. But certainly still a long ways to go. This text says, Nebraska basketball cutting down the nets. Don't just dream, Molly. Dream big.
Now that's a big dream right there.
It would be. And we'll wrap up with this one for now. I'm going to say this because it's written in all caps, so I have to say it loudly. Dick Vitale, stick a freaking sock in it, would you? That's what it reads.
Not a Dick fan, huh?
Not a big fan. I will say, during the broadcast yesterday, it was a bit much at times. It was maybe not the most entertaining listen. But, I mean, he's a legend of broadcasting. But, yeah, I mean.
See, for me, Jimmy Dykes is getting to the point of Joe Tess, where it's getting to the point where my TV's about to be turned down.
Well, and obviously the Bediako thing's going to be a big topic of conversation, but at least in my opinion, there were times during the game where I don't have a problem if you talk about it. It's a big story, but like there's a game going on. Like there's things happening in the game.
You could tell since the game was on ABC and since it's over free television, they're trying to educate, I guess, the mass population that is tuning in that may not be watching SEC basketball during the week.
Fair enough. Very fair.
I think that's why. Back to the football conversation, Molly, our Twitter poll question today has to do with longevity currently in the SEC.
Yeah, which SEC head coach is most likely to be at their current school in 3 years? Is it Coach Sark at Texas? Is it Kalen DeBoer at Alabama? Is it Alex Golesh at Auburn? Or Lane Kiffin now at LSU? And I'll start in last place. So with only 12%, we have Sark. Okay?
So the audience believes Sark will not be there in 3 years. Okay.
Correct, yes. 18% voting for DeBoer.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
33% saying Alex Golesh. And 37% saying Lane Kiffin will be there.
So Lane Kiffin and his $14 million contract will be there in 3 years.
That's a
Yes.
healthy distribution of the votes.
Mhm.
But I think that's spot on.
I voted for Kiffin.
I think
so.
easily Sark, yeah, and I think easily Sark, right? Whether if Texas doesn't make the playoff again this year, hot seat. Plus,
he'll parachute to the NFL.
Correct, and he also has that out. I think we all agree with Kalen DeBoer. This is going to be a big year for him, and that could be potentially disappointing. And Golish and Lane just got there. So.
Now, I do not know the details of Lane Kiffin's contract, but it would be so fascinating, and I need to brush up on the legal ease of Lane's contract. But if Sarkisian were to leave Texas, to see if Texas would try to pull Lane Kiffin away from LSU.
That would be interesting, and that's when you get the $20 million a year. Something stupid.
That's crazy.
That'd be interesting.
That's what I'm saying. I just don't know enough of Lane Kiffin's buyout situation.
It would be very fascinating to hear what maybe again, you're not there yet, but what the hot board would be if Sark were to be gone, right? Do you, like you said, do you go for that? Do you try to, not that we think he would leave, right? Do you go to Kirby? Do you go to Kurt Signetti? Like, do you go to these guys and just put a blank check in front of them and make them all say no to you?
Well, I think they would offer a lot of money, but knowing that Marcus Freeman is up there and Marcus Freeman had an opportunity to go to the NFL, but he decided to stay put, you just wonder if one of those type schools like Texas or heck, if Kirby ever were to leave Georgia. And I'm not saying Kirby's ever going to leave.
Yeah.
But I think Marcus Freeman would be number one on everyone's list.
So you think, all right, hypothetically, again, this isn't going to happen, but let's say Kirby Smart retired today. You don't think Dan Lanning's the first call for Georgia?
Oh, no. Dan Lanning is first call,
Okay.
but I'm just saying that Marcus Freeman will absolutely be one of those names that of note, of interest.
I think it'd just be
job.
interesting to kind of go around the big schools and like who would be their first stop? Because obviously for Georgia, like the connection with Dan Lanning, but it'd be interesting to see what other schools kind of thought and how all that went. But yeah, Lane at Texas, that would be interesting. That would be just stay LSU for a while.
We will continue on. Coming up in the 12 o'clock hour, we'll talk to Dave Mason as the Super Bowl teams have arrived in Santa Clara. We'll get Dave Mason's thoughts on the Super Bowl, all the props, all the fun stuff that you can have some entertaining conversations or wagering on coming up for the Super Bowl. All that straight ahead here on Jocks. It's 11:38. Super Bowl 60. San Francisco coming up on Sunday. Both teams arrived last night. Roger Goodell, who's the commissioner of the National Football League, he'll meet with the media. His kind of the state of the conference, state of the league address, which will be coming up here very, very soon. A lot of conversation about an 18-game schedule for the NFL. They've already announced earlier this morning that they will play multiple years in Spain. They'll have a game. And they also announced that the first ever game in Paris, France is a go this upcoming year, as the New Orleans Saints will be the home team. No big surprise with the fleur-de-lis on the side of their helmet.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Yeah, I mean, it's, I guess it's just what we have to get used to now with all the international games and things. It's just, again, setting the table for the inevitable. It's just a matter of when, not if.
It is interesting, and I was just telling you and Molly during a commercial break, I asked y'all how many Super Bowl credentials do you think were issued this year for Super Bowl 60, and both of you guys said around 1,000. I think that was y'all's guess, something like that.
Yeah, about 1,000. That seemed like a lot.
6,500.
Oh, that's a lot.
That's crazy.
That is a lot.
Back in 2015, the last time San Francisco hosted the Super Bowl, 5,683 were given out to media. When it was played in North Texas, there at Jerry's World in 2010, 5,082. When it was in Detroit back in 2005, 4,476. And in Tampa in 2000, it was 3,502. So in 25 years, it has almost doubled.
That's remarkable. I'm just trying to do some quick math here. So Levi's, it says for the Super Bowl, it typically holds around 68,000, but for the Super Bowl, it's expanded to 75,000. So what, 8-9% of the entire crowd of the Super Bowl will just be media members?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. And then you'll have, 91% corporate sponsor?
Well, you look at the gate revenue, which most places, you earn your money off of tickets sold, and then you get them in the building, and then you sell concessions and all that kind of fun stuff. But gate revenue 2 years ago, Super Bowl that was played at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas generated $314 million in suite and ticket sales.
Whew.
That was a record created by modern stadium's premium seating that they had. Remember, we had that conversation, I think it was in Pat Ponders, where we were talking about what you could rent a suite for.
And like everything that came with it.
Yeah.
Because wasn't it like Christian McCaffrey or
like
somebody?
$2 million.
Yeah, it was like, my family's not getting a suite because it's too expensive. Like even the players were like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so Las Vegas generated $314 million in suite and ticket sales. Now the Superdome last year generated $306 million. So about $8 million less.
That's just an absurd number for one event.
Yeah, for one event.
So, you may not know the answer to this. I just think this would be an interesting question. So let's say you're a 49ers season ticket holder. Do you get a ticket to the Super Bowl, or do you have access to maybe purchase one at a discounted rate or something?
I don't know. This is just an educated guess. I would say that once the Super Bowl is announced, the National Football League controls every single seat.
You're probably right. It just seems like that would be a nice bonus, but yeah, you're probably right.
With the NFL being the way it is, and I've had a couple of friends that I know that have gone as not as media members, but as fans. Somehow they were able to get tickets.
Yeah.
And it is so corporate. It is not like a lot of Joe Q fans, unless somehow you get your hands on a secondary market ticket that's going to be inflated to the point to where you're probably pulling out a second mortgage of your house.
So what would we guess of the, 100% capacity, 75% of that's going to be corporate sponsors and guest of corporate sponsors, things of that nature? I just wondered, do we remember because I just remember the tickets for the national championship game were stupid expensive. They were wasn't it like $4,000 or $5,000?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. I'm just trying to see if there's any. Okay, this looks like on Vivid Seats, it looks like right now the cheapest ticket available is $6,600. Woo!
Oof. I had a friend in college who, when the Bengals went to the Super Bowl, her cousin played on the team. and her whole
This
family
was the one
went.
that won in Los Angeles
Yes.
in 2017, I think. That's when they played.
2021.
Oh, 2021,
When
that's
it was
right.
the Rams and the Bengals
There's
in
SoFi,
LA.
when SoFi
Yes.
first, yeah, okay.
And she was telling me that, you know, the players, they only get like so many allotted tickets. I think it was like 2 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the rest of the family, obviously, he helped them out with most of the costs because they were like, I think 10 grand. And they were like well up in the nosebleeds of SoFi when they went.
You know, SoFi will be hosting the Super Bowl next year.
Yeah. Well, the good news is if you want a really good seat at the Super Bowl, the tickets have gone down $6,000 since Thursday.
Oh,
So they're now only $30,000 a piece.
very affordable then.
If you want premium seating. So that's a nice discount. Instead of $36,000, it's only $30,000 a ticket. That's insane.
I just know that when the college football national championship game was played out there, of course, it was not a very good game for Conrad Van Order because Alabama got schooled by Clemson.
Yeah.
That was just awful. I mean, you're asking people from Tuscaloosa and Clemson, South Carolina,
It's a trip.
to go all the way across the country, and it was absolutely the worst weather. It was terrible. That leading up to the game.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, they thought it was going to be a monsoon because it was a couple days leading up to the game. The turf was a mess. It was just, that was kind of a harbinger of things to come after Tua's pick six.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. It was a fun first quarter. Then it was all downhill.
It did. Well, you know, the brand new year means continued incredible savings at Courtesy GMC and Trustful. Huge savings. MSRP, $15,000 off Sierra trucks in stock. They got plenty to choose from, whether it's AT4s, Denali's, SLTs, whatever you're looking for, it's on the lot. It is ready to roll. Courtesy also has the 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation Crew Cab with Turbo Max engine. All of those right there on the lot. If you prefer an SUV, how about a Yukon, Terrain, Acadia? Every brand new GMC there at Courtesy comes with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, giving you the confidence mile after mile. You can shop the massive selection today in person, right there off of I-459 exit 32 in Trustful, or just simply go to courtesybirmingham.com. Go by and see them. Josh Gargis, Drew Lawley, Richard Gullidge, Robert Doremus, Tommy Rowan, all the great people there. The award-winning team at Courtesy GMC in Trustful, right off of I-459 exit 32. We'll get back to your calls. We'll get to your text messages as well. This is Reaction Monday on Jocks. It is 11 minutes in front of the hour. At the top of the hour, we'll talk to Dave Mason, who is the brand manager for betonline.ag. A lot of prop bets out there that we'll go over with Dave, because whether you're a diehard football fan or not, a lot of people have fun playing, okay, how long is the national anthem? You know, who's going to win the coin toss? All those type things.
The Gatorade color.
Correct. That's another big one. So we'll talk to him coming up at the top of the hour. Here's some good news. You were making fun of your transfer portal running back for Alabama.
I was very excited about him, Pat.
Well, here's some good news. Xavier Crowell.
Yep.
The 247 final ratings and rankings come out. And the 5-star running back who reclassified from 2027 to 2026 last winter.
It's only 17.
Is officially the #1 running back in the country.
Yeah, take that, Michigan.
According to the
They thought they had
247
him.
rankings. The final top 247 player rankings came out. Crowell, the #1 running back in America. 6,333 yards, 91 touchdowns in 3 years, 2-time state champion. He is already on campus, Jackson, Alabama, right?
Yep.
I don't know. Is he on campus?
Oh, I don't know about that, but he went to Jackson High School. Yeah, I don't know if he's down there already or not, but you know, again, I hate putting a lot of pressure on a kid coming out of high school, but you have to imagine that's somebody that they are very excited about, and you know, you just hope that that's again 2 years ago version of Ryan Williams, right? Somebody that comes in as a 17-year-old and is ready to make an immediate impact, and they're gonna need him. I'm excited. He's a young kid. You know, he's got to learn, but I'm very excited. A lot of reason for optimism. National Gatorade Player of the Year for Alabama as well.
Yeah. So most Alabama fans like Conrad would be like, you know what? We really do need the best running back in the country.
Yeah, let's just start him right now.
Now we'll see if
RB1.
the 6 offensive linemen that you just got out of the transfer portal
Correct. Gonna have
can move some bodies for him.
It's going to be a very interesting offseason because, as we know, this is the time where we all, you know, us, everybody in the media, right? You try to make predictions and talk about what's up next. And I think Alabama's one of the more interesting teams this offseason because you really don't know what they have. They could be really good. They could also be, like Mike Rodak said a couple weeks ago, a team that goes 7-5 and has a lot of lumps and a lot of young kids that need some time to develop.
Michael Bratton will be on the show tomorrow, also known as SEC Mike.
Oh, that'll be good.
He has already thrown out some early predictions.
It'll be sad. This will be the first time in, 3 years that we won't have him on to make fun of Hugh Freeze and make some comment about Auburn. And
well,
Hugh
I'm
Freeze.
sure he'll find.
He'll sneak away.
Yeah,
He'll find it.
there'll be something that he'll throw in about Hugh Freeze.
Probably so.
I would think so. He's got an interesting prediction for Alabama and Auburn. So he'll be on the show tomorrow to talk about that. We were just talking about the Super Bowl. Do you know this will be Mike Tirico's first ever Super Bowl that he has called?
That doesn't sound right.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Good for
I
Mike.
did not know that.
You know, because for many years he obviously worked at ESPN.
Yeah, and so they never got the Super Bowl.
Never got the Super Bowl because this upcoming year will be the first time ever that ESPN's had the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Good for Mike Tirico.
Mhm. It'll be his first Super Bowl. Kaylee Hartung, she'll be on one sideline. It will be her first ever Super Bowl. And the other sideline reporter will be Melissa Stark. It will be her second Super
Very
Bowl.
cool.
That'd be very cool. Very good opportunity. So who will be in the booth with Tirico?
It'll be Collinsworth.
It'll be Chris Collinsworth.
Yeah,
So
I
we'll
don't-
still
I
get the
don't know how many.
Collinsworth slide in for the Super Bowl.
I hope so. I don't know how
It's
many
iconic.
Super Bowls it is for Collinsworth.
Yeah, he's got a few
He's got a few of them indeed.
under his belt. No, that's awesome though. It's always cool when you get to, kind of have a different voice and somebody, especially for somebody like Mike Tirico. Like, not that, he's professional, does a great job all the time, but you have to imagine for somebody like that who's had such a long and prolific career, like this is probably have some nerves. But for this one, I would think, right? Essentially, if you're a football announcer, this is the pinnacle of your career. So that's very cool for him. It's cool when guys like that, it means a lot to him, and he's really going to make sure he does a great job on Sunday.
And he's also a very, very nice guy. I've been around Mike and
Seems
met him
like
a few
a great
times, and he has been nothing but a gentleman and a really, really nice guy.
Well, cool. Very happy
So
for him to get
like
that opportunity.
when you have opportunities to run into people and they don't like ruin your idea
Rub you the wrong way. Yeah.
of how they are.
Well, like you thought Philip Fulmer was just the nicest guy in the world, and
I
then
never thought that.
unfortunately you run into him and
No, never thought that.
oh, you didn't?
No,
I didn't know if you gave him the benefit of the doubt or
no,
no.
I didn't.
You were proven right in not doing that
Multiple times.
multiple times.
Yeah, I got nothing for that fat clown.
Oh, there it is.
I mean, Molly's sending me autographed pictures of, I mean, she wants to make fun of me of the stuff. Like I should have blocked you this weekend.
Wait, what'd you send him?
She's sending me pictures of autographed Philip Fulmer.
My parents were cleaning some stuff out over the weekend, and my grandmother was from Winchester, and so she was a Tennessee fan,
and she had some
and
autographs.
she had an autograph photo.
So she wants to talk about like me sending her stuff. She's going to block me. I should have blocked her
I
immediately.
sent it to Pat over the weekend.
That's worth one Marshawn Lattimore injury picture. Not both years, just one. It's worth one.
Yeah. Coming up next on Three Man Front, Dave Mason, the brand manager for betonline.ag. He will join the program. We'll talk some prop bets coming up for this weekend. You can amaze your friends at the Super Bowl party with some cool prop bets.
No Taylor Swift prop bets this year.
I know. That's very disappointing. We got plenty more that we will get into next. This is Reaction Monday. More of your calls and texts as well. Pat, Molly, Landrum, not here. Conrad's here. All that straight ahead.